The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met.
Flyby there of the downtown Miami skyline. Mucho gusto, and welcome to Noche Latina on 2K Sports. From the jerseys to the food to the halftime entertainment tonight, a distinctive Latin flavor. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And nothing to be ashamed about in that game. It was a great effort, I thought, all around. They just needed to have 1 or 2 breaks go their way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, both teams, I thought, played well enough to win the ball game, and yet it doesn't work out that way. There are no ties, so unfortunately, they were the ones who came up short.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Taj Gibson is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
Now here's Rose. After Dwayne Wade's miss to the middle, and Drummond throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Outside Dragic. Pass to Dang. Back to Dragic. 3-pointer. That's good. Dragic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And finished off by Gasol.
Took the safe route there. Wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble on that one.
Nope. Up and in with one hand, the most basic finish possible.
But he still makes it look good.
Now here's Dragic. His last outing, 16 points for him. Wade missing again.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And that one's good by Butler.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Here's Wade. He's coming off a 28-point game against New York.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
Bosh, that's good.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
There's the pick. Outside Gibson. He kicks to Gasol. The turnaround jumper. And that one comes up a bit short. Miami trailing. Dragic left side. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Dragic has got 5 now.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Rose against Dragic. Outside Rose. 5 on the clock. Pass to Gasol. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Gasol's got his second basket.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Now here's Wade. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Dang from about 19 feet. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Dragic against Rose. Baseline jumper. No luck. And it's Miami the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how dominant they were based on the numbers. I mean, they just completely dominated the glass.
Outside Butler. In the corner, Gibson with it. Here's Drummond, and Whiteside sends it back. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. Whiteside, the pass to Bosh. So they take the lead. Bosh has got 6.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Rose kicks to Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. The Heat have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Wade against Butler. Whiteside sets the pick for Wade. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous. Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
Yeah, and it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Chris Bosh. Tries again, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Take a break.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And he knocks down the first one.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set. Ball handling, passing, an understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Stoudemire's checked in for Miami. And both free throws good for Rose. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
That's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
Now here's Wade, looking for his first basket still in this one, and that one's good.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Erik Spoelstra. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
A different look for Miami. Chris Anderson has checked in for Bosh. And it's Green in for Luol Deng. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Splitter is checked in for Drummond. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Smith checked in for Taj Gibson. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Derrick Rose. Shots good from Butler.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now, here's Wade. He's got 5. He dishes it to Green. Anderson, a screen on Smith. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been, the 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer.
Miami's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Dragic with it. Now Smith defending. Dragic with it, and we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Stoudemire setting the pick for Green. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Tony Snell's checked in for Butler. Good on both. The Heat trail by 3. Dragic dishes to Green. There's the pick. Outside Dragic. Releases. Again, the miss by the Heat.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Now, here's Green, who's coming off a 13-point game against the Knicks in New York.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Dragic with it. He's covered by Clarkson.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Smith the pass to Splitter. Snell kicks to Mirotic. A baseline J. And the rebound goes to Anderson. The Heat trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Stoudemire kicks to Dragic. And that is good. Dragic has got 7 points in the game.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Now, here is Mirotic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Portland. Splitter sets a screen for Smith. And a foul on Amari Stoudemire. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And that one falls for Splitter. And the one thing Tiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
The Heat trail by 6. Left side, Anderson. Mirotic brings the double team. Now here's Winslow, covered by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Winslow's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Clarkson with the ball. Now Green defending. Here's Snell. Now Clarkson. Out to Smith. 17-foot shot on the way. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Winslow, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
The Bulls leading by 4. Clarkson dishes to Mirotic. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Stoudemire. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy. Not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
And back to Mirotic last season, per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And so Mirotic nails both of them.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
And it's Green missing. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Anderson with the block. In transition, here comes Miami. All going up court. A nice shot by Winslow.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
And here's Clarkson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Shoots off the screen, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Bulls lead by 6. Green. No good on the buzzer beater. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's Chicago up 6. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And before the game, we heard from Chris Bosh. While they're taking it one game at a time, he definitely sees the big picture.
As a veteran, you know what's at arm's length for you. You know the possibility of your season. You know if you can make the playoffs or you're not going to make it, or what seed is within reach. And, you know, we have to start making a push to be in a good position during that time.
Chris Bosh has become one of the wise old men of the NBA with his long and very successful career. Clark, there's a lot to be said for knowing what's coming and knowing how to handle it.
Well, he is indeed one of the elder statesmen of the league with his 2 rings and a dozen-plus years, but he's also a very smart player to begin with, high IQ. Combine those 2 things, and you sometimes get 21 and 7, like Bosh is still delivering for Miami.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina celebrating the NBA.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Rose attacking, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And it's the Heat on the break. Green leading the charge, and he gets the bucket.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Gasol screen. Here's Rose, and Whiteside sends it back. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. The 11-footer. Rebound by the Bulls. Fresh from a win against Portland.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Dang passes to Wade. It's up a three. Again, the miss by Green.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply. He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Bosch, a screen on Butler. Wade kicks to Bosch. 11 feet away, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Bosch has got 8 points.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Rose dishes to Gasol. Here's Drummond, and Whiteside sends it back. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Green, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely reinvented himself as a player.
And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
Free throw drops for Green. Both free throws good from Green. The Bulls have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Rose against Green. Rose passes to Butler. Back to Rose. Releases. And it's Wade with the rebound.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
That evens the score. Tang's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Wade drives in from 12 feet out. Some solid defense from Butler. And Chicago shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Rose kicks to Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got assist number 8 now on the night. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Feeds it to Bosch. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Rose. Kicks to Drummond. Gibson down low. He's covered by Dang. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Miami with the rebound. Dishes it to Bosch. Gibson against Green. An easy 2 points on the layup. Green's got 6.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Gasol setting the pick for Rose to the inside. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Now here's Wade. He has 7. That puts them in the lead. Wade's got the lead up to 2 now for the Heat. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
The Bulls have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
2 shots.
That free throw missing. Goran Dragic is checked in for Green. And the Bulls making a change also. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Taj Gibson. And he's good on the second. Now the Heat with it. They're on a 14-5 run. Dang against Prince. Back to Whiteside. Wade outside. He feeds it to Whiteside. Clock at 6. Dragic with a wide open look. No good from outside. Chicago trailing here. Goes up the baseline. It's Drummond with the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. They get Luol Deng.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
For Chicago, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. That one is off.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Stoudemire's checked in for Miami. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And a change for the Bulls. Smith checked in for Butler. That one misses.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career, but having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
To the left side wing. Winslow with it, working on Smith. Winslow's shot is off. Into the Bulls, shooting 43% for the game. Well, getting back to Chris Bosh, it's always difficult to reshape your game around a superstar teammate. I mean, just ask Kevin Love last year.
You know, it's such a good point. When you think about Bosh, he isn't the kind of guy who demands special attention. He's not mugging for the press. He's not out there for himself. He just really lets his play speak for itself. And you won't find many bigs who are as versatile as he is. And much underrated, I think, as a pick-and-roll defender.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And the Heat making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Then for the Bulls. Splitter is checked in for Drummond. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Clarkson in for Rose. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. Smith outside. Splitter sets a screen for Smith. Here's Mirotic, 6 to shoot. Mirotic the screen. That's a 2 from Smith. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Heat with the lead. Dragic dishes to Stoudemire. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Chicago with the ball. Splitter passes to Prince. Splitter sets a screen. Smith kicks to Prince. It's stolen by Stoudemire. They get a hand on it. Here's Splitter, and he gets it to go. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Anderson, a screen on Prince. Outside Dragic. Passes it to Anderson. Back to Dragic. 3 on the clock. Wade with no one around. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. And dishes to Splitter. Smith against Wade. Splitter sets a screen. Now the pass to Clarkson. The 3. Good. Clarkson's got 5 now.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tete-a-tete going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
A nice shot by Winslow.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Clarkson with the ball. 5 points in the game. The dish to Mirotic. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded by Dragic. Mirotic gets the bucket. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Wade. Shot is off. Excellent defense there from Smith.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. And the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
And that one falls for Mirotic. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
Whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Clarkson passes to Mirotic. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first half. Smith wide open. He fires. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth-quarter points per game.
Timeout called the Heat.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
Dragic kicks to Stoudemire. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
Oh, stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
You don't like the foul, but if the alternative is giving up a dunk, it's an easy choice to make. I think it sets a tone for your defense around the rim. Make them earn it.
Amari Stoudemire, with a change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded by Dragic. Fires from the wing. Not enough on that one as it misses. Miami trailing. Here's Winslow. He's got 8. Good.
And this has just been back and forth all game.
Boy, it's been fun to watch. Both teams trading shots and trading leads. Boy, it's been tight, neck and neck down the stretch.
Mirotic, the screen. Works and dishes to Mirotic. On the mark with the 15-footer. Mirotic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Inside. And finished off by Anderson.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Here's Clarkson. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Heat lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Our game tonight at American Airlines Arena has been a close one. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, I love how they're getting points in transition. It's about pushing the ball, being aggressive, and then finishing with authority. Several times they beat the defense down the floor and ended up with easy buckets. If they can continue to keep that tempo up in the second half, they'll be difficult to beat.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others, played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives a team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you gotta ride them, cowboy.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
D-Wade had a good quarter there. He has 12 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Andre Drummond is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Gibson in at the small forward position. That drops. That's 12 points for Pau Gasol. The Heat with the lead. There's the feed to Whiteside. Dragic against Rose. It's Dragic with the drive. Makes it off the glass. Dragic has got 9.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Butler against Wade, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Bulls have gone 9 of 13 from the line. Free throw no good for Butler. Drummond. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And how about a look at Jimmy Butler? He's had an impressive second half of the season, averaging 15 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
Dragic kicks to Bosch. Outside Dragic. To the paint, and it's Whiteside. That time on the assist by Dragic. Whiteside's got the lead, back up to 3 now for the Heat. Bulls have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Rose in the post. He's guarded by Dragic. And the basket by Rose.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Outside Dragic. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Back to Whiteside. 5 to shoot. Can't hit. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Rose passes to Gasol. For the lead. Here's Drummond. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Heat have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Whiteside. The rebound by Gibson.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Rose goes in. Pass to Drummond. Tries from 10. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Drummond's got his 3rd basket of the night. And Clark, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion. I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Chicago calls timeout.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded. Looking now at some numbers for Rose. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 3rd in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And, you know, you mentioned it. He does a great job running the offense, spotting the open man, and making the easy delivery.
Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season. Said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix into South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else. On the wing, Green. He's got 8. Right side a screen. Dragic dishes to Bosch. There's a good screen. Whiteside a screen on Rose. A fadeaway. Another shot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
Outside Bosch. Here's Dragic from outside. Miami no good on that time either. Bulls trail by 4. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Rose, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
And Gibson sends it down. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. Chicago making a switch here. Prince is checked in.
Tayshaun Prince.
On the wing, Green, defended by Butler. Two open that time, made it look too easy. 15 points for Chris Bosh.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Dragic kicks to Bosh. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And that's 18 points for Chris Bosh. Bulls trail by 6. Pass to Gasol. It's Chicago with another bucket.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
For Miami, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Dragic kicks to Bosh. Offensive rebound. And Chicago shooting 47% from the field in the third. Feeds it to Rose. Off the left rim and out.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Outside Dragic. And the foul on Tayshaun Prince. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
A different look for Miami. Stoudemire comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Winslow subbed in for Goran Dragic. And a change for the Bulls. Splitters checked in. Bosh, the screen. There's Winslow. No good with the triple. Bulls trail by 4. Rose with the ball. Now Green defending. Right side, Butler. And it's Miami with the rebound. Stoudemire's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And stolen by Butler. Bosh against Rose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Prince. Smith comes in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Derrick Rose. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Miami. Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. Winslow kicks to Dang. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Right side, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Stoudemire. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And the Heat lead by 5.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Mirotic the screen. Clarkson passes to Snell. With some arc, no luck, and it's Miami the other way. Winslow, 10 points for him. Outside, Green. There's the three. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Mirotic the screen. Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Mirotic has got 11 points. The Heat leading by 3. And here's Winslow. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The drive by Green. Here's Stoudemire. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Stoudemire's got 4 points now in the quarter. Bulls trail by 5. Mirotic has a wide open look. Rebounded by Anderson. Outside, Green. He kicks to Winslow. Back to Green. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Offensive rebound, Heat. Shoots a fader. And too long on the shot. The Bulls shooting 43% for the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Smith dishes to Mirotic. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. And that's 13 points for Nikola Mirotic. The Heat leading by 3. Stoudemire the screen. Winslow the pass to Green. To the paint. Mirotic grabs the miss.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Splitter sets a screen. Mirotic, a screen on Green. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Miami's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Deng kicks to Anderson. Green, the screen. Anderson dishes to Winslow. Green passes to Anderson. 5 to shoot. Stoudemire outside. Shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Snell kicks to Splitter. He dishes it to Mirotic. And it's Miami with the rebound. Now here's Winslow. He's got 10. Outside, Green. And Stoudemire in the corner. Kicks to Deng. Here's Green. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Wade, he's checked in for Chris Anderson. And a change for the Bulls. Gibson's checked in. Second free throw, no good. Miami leading by 4. Wade with it. 12 points for him.
that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Bulls trail by 6. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside, and it's Winslow in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Outside Gibson. Dishes it to Gasol. Up again. It's good on the putback. 9 points here for Drummond.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
Yeah, and that's what happens, though, when you do your work early in terms of getting the good position.
Winslow wide open. He fires, and it's off from three-point range. And it's Wade with the rebound. The Heat leading by 4. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. And he gets it to go.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Rose, good.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. He made it look easy that time.
Good looking screen by Gasol. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. Now here's Winslow. Tight defense on him. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That's good from Winslow.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often that's the case for this team.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And even though he couldn't get all of them to fall, he did make it a 2-possession game.
Got that one up quick.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Dragic kicks to Bosch. Gasol with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Shots good by Butler.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
He is almost money when it comes to finishing in close. Nice bucket there to increase the lead.
Chicago calls timeout. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Thank you, Doris. They get it back. Drummond, that's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
Side a screen, and it's Bosch in the corner. He feeds it to Winslow. They double him with Drummond. 5 on the clock. Poked away from the baseline. And the Heat get another bucket right there. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletically.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the two things as a big that I really value. Great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. The focus of their discussion was getting their offense to run through Butler. The coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Gibson against Dragic. Baseline J on the way. That's good. 12 points for Rose.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Dragic kicks to Bosch. Right side a screen. There's Winslow. Passes it to Wade. Bosch up on top. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. Inside, here's Butler. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 15 points for Butler.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
And G, as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season, and it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt. It's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
The Heat making a switch here. Deng's checked in. So he comes up empty at the line. Here's Rose. No good off the back of the rim.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Dragic dishes the bucket.
You know, Bosch is playing really well. He has 9 rebounds. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
All right, now.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
And the first one drops. And so Bosch nails both of them. The Bulls have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Rose passes to Gasol. Back to Rose. And Gibson kicks to Drummond. The jump hook lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Drummond's got 6 points in the quarter.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Rejected by Gasol. One-on-one here. Here's Butler, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Boy, there was a little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's going to stop that.
Not when it comes in with the tomahawk. That's just too much force.
Goodness, you cannot punch it any harder than that.
Right side a screen. Wade with it. Butler covering. Right side dishes to Bosch. Good ball movement here by the Heat. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
The Bulls leading by 3. Outside Rose. There's the pass to Drummond. And stolen by Whiteside. Wade kicks to Dragic. And good on the basket. Looking.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
And it's Rose penetrating. The shot no good.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Dragic with it. Butler covering. Back to Wade. Bosch, that's the pick for Wade. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And the idea of setting the screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Drummond sets the screen for Butler. The dish to Drummond, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, a good game tonight for Drummond. He's got 16 rebounds and 15 points. His fourth quarter performance, impressive.
He has really picked it up as we've come down the stretch.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw, no good for Drummond. The Heat trail by 3. Here's Wade. And yes, sir, that one drops. Wade's got 20.
He's got a nice soft touch with that floater and used it beautifully right there.
Outside Rose. Gasol on the high post. Shot from free throw range. It's hauled in by the Heat. Wade's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Bosch passes to Dragic. Looking for Dang, he gets it there. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator, but I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes and volume, and that's not his game.
That's good. 22 points for Wade.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And back to Luol Deng. I mean, he started last season pretty strong. I mean, Deng was actually healthier than LeBron at the beginning of the year, but the tables turned around midseason. Deng became hobbled with that knee, and LeBron returned to his old dominant self.
That is good. 24 points for Chris Bosh. Bulls trail by 3. Now Rose. Drummond with a screen on Dragic. And it's Rose penetrating. Rose can't get that one to fall. And that one's good. Drummond.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Outside Dragic. And there's the feed to Deng. No good from outside.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Rose dishes to Gibson. Gasol kicks to Drummond. Good looking screen by Gasol. Butler passes to Rose. Just 5 to shoot. Butler sets a screen for Rose. The turnaround Jay. They get it again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Some good numbers for Gasol. He's got 17 points and 1 steal as well.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole another level when you get supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
And Kellogg's, right? And
yes.
Kellogg's. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
And the Heat call time here. They're losing by 1. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dragic dishes to Wade. There's 1:26 left to play here in the fourth. Bosh a screen on Rose. And it's Dragic off the drive near the three-point line. It's Wade. Miami no good on that time either. And Chicago shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Rose gets to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 21 points for Pau Gasol. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 3. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Drummond. Lets a floater go. Goes back up. No good from Gibson.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too.
Somebody set a fire under Pau Gasol.
Wade outside. Right side a screen. Wade kicks to Dragic. And Deng, here we go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Drummond, and so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Splitters checked in for the Bulls. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Fourth team foul. At the line, Jalen Brown. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're losing by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And a quick bucket and a foul is really the only option at this point.
And the important thing about the foul is who you foul. They don't want to send a top-notch free thrower to the line if they can avoid it.
Right side, Bosch. All alone. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And it's frightening when Bosch starts to heat up like this.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Hits the three.
And another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
But they get it back. To force OT. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, pal, congratulations on the win here. How satisfying is this victory for you and the team?
It's satisfying just because we got another great win. And the way we've been playing lately, I think it's just been great, and we just got to keep the momentum going.
Wins help the confidence, pal. Congratulations. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. He was a powerful offensive weapon tonight, scoring a double-double with points and assists, and that was the catalyst for this victory.
He played the point with absolute precision tonight. 16 assists, not an easy number to come by. You've got to be completely focused on the task at hand on every single possession. And he had everybody in sync at all times. That was a beautiful performance.
There must be something about playing on the road that brings out the best in him. I haven't seen this in a player in a while. He gave a very focused and determined effort. And this effort is the biggest reason they're walking away with this win, Ernie, Kenny.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.